All right. So next, let's look at routing and navigation. So in Next.js, we will be using this particular Next.js's very own inbuilt routing system, and it is called file-based routing. So, in Next.js, the way how we route between pages is basically based on files. So in order to explain even more further, let's actually go to our project. Now, in our VS Code right here, we're able to have this particular page.tsx to be the root file, by the way. And since it's the root file, there's no page right here. For example, it's just in the root. Let's say if you want to go to slash users. So we need to have like a page for this particular user, by the way. So how are we able to have this particular route for users is we need to create a new folder. In this case, we need to create a new folder and we need to name it user. And next, we need to create another page.tsx file within this particular user folder. So let's click on new file and type page.tsx. Right inside here, we need to include this basic React arrow function right here. And in this case, we are able to make use of the shorthand key, which is RAFCE. Okay, so the way how I was able to add this particular arrow function is basically I already installed ES7, which is the library that is used for, this particular ES7 plus React, Redux, React Native, all those things. This is the one that I've already installed and create this particular boilerplate for React. So this React arrow function can be used for this particular Next.js throughout the entire project, by the way. So in this case, we already happen to have a new page.tsx file, which in this case, it is a root file with this particular route name called user. So in this case, let's say if I were to go to this one, I just need to change this particular name, page to user, so that we're able to see this particular user to appear in the route when we route to user, by the way. So let's say this is the user, by the way. Let's say if I hit enter, and there you go. We are already able to route to this particular page called user. So this is how we are able to create pages in Next.js, and of course we need to create folders in order to have this particular page to be created. And the next thing is, how are we able to navigate between pages? Instead of changing this particular route at the top right here via URL, we are also able to make use of buttons. So buttons, in this case, we're going to be making use of link. So link is a component. There's also a native Next.js component which can be used to route between pages whenever when we click on something. So let's go back to our home page right here, which is the hello world, and right below this h1 tag right here, and let me just make one huge parent tag right here, and inside here I'll put that particular h1 tag, and right below here I would like to have link. So this particular link is basically coming from next/link. So in this case, we are able to make use of, let's say I can just create a component here. Inside the link, I can have like a name. Let's say I will have to say go to user page. Okay. So of course, you can see it says href is missing. So basically, this is almost similar to anchor tag in our basic HTML code syntax. Okay. Now we already happen to have our href right here. So now I would like to go to this particular user page right here. So all I need to do, just need to put slash and that will go to user, by the way. So we are able to do that again. So let me just remove, let's go back to our home page. In this case, the home page is hello world, and in this case, this particular go to user is what we'll be making use to navigate between pages. So in this case, let's click on go to user page, and there you go. We have already arrived at the user page right here. And these are some of the simple way on how to implement, how to make use of routing and navigation in Next.js.